my answer to that would be, like I said, expectations, communication. So what would be your thing to look out for when working with other business owners?
So the biggest thing is like how you said, it's expectation. So in the beginning, the very first client that I signed, like I was so stoked. Like I was like, dude, like finally, like I made money online, you know? So
Mhm.
I did not set any expectations on how like work is gonna be, what kind of work we're gonna do, the results you can expect, and how long it's gonna take to expect. And this causes a lot of sort of like unnecessary questions, insecurities between the client, and some of them can get real annoying.
For
Like
sure.
this one client told me this one time, and I laughed out loud when I read this message because we had been working like for 6 months already together. Like we multiplied her business, and then she's like, Cruz, I don't know about Facebook ads anymore. Like I don't like paying like set amount for per month. And I'm like, why? Like we've literally 4x your business since we started. And she's like, if I can spend $1,000 and make $10,000 back, I'll consider it. And like I laughed out loud. I was
Oh my God.
that's
Yeah.
impossible. Like what you're asking me, like no one can get, like if someone can get this for you, like let me know. Like I want to talk to this person. I want to like, I want to work with him. Like it's just not reasonable. And a lot of these clients kind of like they think it's like turning on a switch,
Yeah.
right? Like you just have to pay this person and magic's gonna happen and money's gonna start flowing in and they're not gonna have to do any extra work. And that was my biggest mistake in the beginning is not setting the right expectations, not telling them like, hey, um, and this leads me to my other client that would not bring me creatives. Like I in the beginning, I didn't tell her like, hey, I need you to be on top of it. I need you to provide me with 3 to 5 creatives per week in order for this to work post iOS, 14.5. And it's just zero communication, zero, and they don't get results. They're unhappy because like the ads aren't working, and it's like, well, you haven't really like done anything, and at part it's my fault because I did not set the right expectations on how to do their part because it's a partnership. It's
Correct.
it's it's a partnership between your clients and yourself. You guys are working together collectively to
Correct.
help their brand. And if you don't set the right expectations, like, damn, do I really want to keep doing this? Because is it always going to be like this?
Yeah, man, 100%. I think we both hit on the same thing, which is expectations. Because you know, people are risk averse, right? It's like I don't know what you charge for your services, but we charge anywhere between $2,500 to $3,500 a month, plus a percentage of revenue. So when people, when you tell people, okay, this is how much it's going to cost, already, they're paying you 2,500, and then they're already like, okay, I'm going to get 10. He's going to get 10% of the revenue that he generates me. 30 days passes by, you've only generated them I don't know, $5,000. They already spent, 3,000 in ads. They spent another 2,500 for you. And now you're still going to get 10%. So right away they're like, "Oh my God, like did I make the wrong decision?" But if you explain it to them, from the beginning, right, which is, look, you're a brand new brand, right? People don't even know about your brand. We have to test different creatives, test different ad copies, see what's working, and go from there. And the first month, there's going to be a lot of testing. Second month, hopefully it picks up. And then third month, this is what we expect. That right there, you're in a better position because they're going to go ahead and message you and ask you why, they haven't generated X amount of dollars if you don't set that expectation. And the second thing you said is collaboration. It's making sure that, look, when you hire us, in order for this to work, we need you to be responsive to us. We need creatives, we need approvals, we need this, we need that. And I think for me personally, the latter was the one thing that I had a problem with a couple of my clients. And it was just like, look, man, like I'm not going to be able to work with you. I'll refund you your money. But if you can't get us these creatives, then, we can't work. We can't do this. If you can't spend an extra, $2,000 a month on influencers to put together these creatives that we can use on TikTok or, Instagram or whatnot, then we can't work together. So I think it's though those two things are important. And then just understanding that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to walk away from a client who's not, serving you in your best interest or who's making your job harder. Because at the end of the day, Cruz, like I'm sure you understand, regardless of how much revenue you generate them, if you're working with someone and you're not looking forward to like those calls with them, then it really brings it brings you down. It brings your mood
Dude,
down.
it's
It brings
so
everyone
draining.
around you.
Yeah. And I think a good way to vet a good client from a bad client is how stingy they are with their money. Like it's
Mhm.
understanding if they're not um like bringing in that much revenue. There's obviously that uncertainty. But dude, I spoke to this one prospect that was making like 150K a month. And I told them like, okay, this is how much I'm gonna charge for my service. And she's like, oh no, like no, that's like way out of our budget. I'm like, dude, like if because the way that we phrase it is like we can bring you at least like a 20 to 30% more revenue,
Okay.
into your MMR or your
Mhm.
MRR. Like our service fee is like so insignificant considering to like how much money we're gonna bring you in. Like we were
For
only like
sure.
charging 2K per month for this
Yeah.
service, and we'd be bringing in at least like 30K,
Yeah.
50K,
And there's
right?
no
And they're
ad
like, oh,
spend. So it's like
there's
there's
no
no
ad
ad spend.
spend.
You're
I
just spending
know.
money on what you're paying us.
And it's like, and I knew from that moment, like, oh, this person is gonna be such a pain to fucking deal with. Like I told her, like honestly, like if you're not willing to invest this much, which is a very insignificant, you're paying me to make you more money. Like I'm paying myself. Like I am paying myself through my
Wow.
service. Like you guys are not taking any money out of like what you guys are currently making. I'm basically paying myself through my service. And they didn't even want to do that. And like it's a good way to vet between a very terrible client from a good client.